Well, sad to say, we are raising and have been raising for about 25 years, one generation after another of young Americans who are by and large historically illiterate. Now, it isn't their faults. We can't blame young people in high school or college for not knowing what they haven't been taught. It's the fault of their parents. It's the fault of all of us, teachers, parents, and the culture. History is of the utmost importance. I think it's probably more important than any other one single subject because it's about the human experience. It's about life and consequences of one's actions. And it's about the role of personality, of character in events past. And we can learn from it. We can learn an infinite number of lessons from history. And we can also take strength from it. We can be guided by, in our own performance, in our own contributions, by the examples of those who went before us. And the founders, alas, have been rather forgotten, in part, I think, because they appear in no photographs. We have no photographs of them. We have no film clips of them. We have no recordings of their voices. We have no television outtakes. All we have is what they wrote and some paintings. And alas, too, the clothes they wore make them seem like characters in a costume pageant, which they weren't. They were not. They weren't walking around seeing themselves as living in the past. That Jefferson, Adams, they didn't say, "Isn't this fascinating, living in the past? Aren't we picturesque in our weird clothes?" They were living in the present, and they had no more idea of how it was going to turn out than we do. And they were extraordinary people, brilliant people. And how it happened, nobody can explain it completely. That a small population, we only had 2,500,000 people. Philadelphia in 1776, the largest city in the country, had only 30,000 people. Now, that would be a little town of no consequence to us. But out of that small population came these talented, brilliant, committed people who were willing, as they said, to put their lives, their fortunes, their sacred honor on the line. If you signed the Declaration of Independence, as John Adams and Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin did, you were putting your head in the noose because you were saying, "I am a traitor." And if they had been caught, they would have been hanged. And they were doing it for the future of the country. They weren't doing it for themselves to get rich or to be powerful. They were doing it because they believed to the marrow of their bones in what they called the glorious cause of America. And we cannot know enough about them. We cannot know enough about what happened and at what cost and what suffering. We cannot know about the injustices that had to be cured, the squalor of life that had to be eliminated if possible, the contradictions, the hypocrisies. All men are created equal, written by a man who owned slaves, who held men, women, and children in bondage. So it wasn't just that they were imperfect, but what they had created was imperfect, and they knew it. What they were doing for us was to create a plan, an objective, a star to steer by, that we must strive for, each generation successively, to live up to the ideal. And that's our strength. If it had all been handled to us in perfect order, perfect running machine, doesn't need any attention, it's all oil, run in perpetuity, sit back and enjoy it, everybody, we wouldn't be the country we are. We're the country we are because each of us has to take the torch and try and carry us a little bit closer to the ideal.